What's going on YouTube? It's Trey Leo with Expertise Nexus, and welcome to my reaction video for Sephiroth vs. Vergil. Very interesting, very interesting. I'm already going to say that kind of rooting for Vergil. I like Final Fantasy VII, and Sephiroth's very cool and all, but gotta go with Vergil. That's my dude. Like, ever since Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, one of my favorite characters. Like, just awesome. And then him in Devil May Cry, Neo Angelo, and all this. Anyways, I'm not gonna talk your head off. I'm gonna let you see this video. Hope you enjoy it. Like I said, Vergil. That's what I'm going for. If Sephiroth wins, I'm gonna be, I might be a little bit upset. A little upset. We'll see. We'll see.
The great philosopher Plato once said, "The measure of a man is what he does with power."
But to these guys, power is the measure of a man.
Sephiroth, the fearsome one-winged angel of Final Fantasy.
And Vergil, the half-demon son of Sparta from Devil May Cry. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Vergil, not Sephiroth.
Legends were passed of a source of unlimited energy, the Promised Land. Unfortunately, all hope of finding this sacred ground had been lost, until the Shinra Electric Power Company excavated the remains of a being believed to hail from the very land they sought.
They called this weird naked purple lady Jenova and thought that if they could bring her back to life, she could help them find the Promised Land. But apparently, they just didn't have any Phoenix Downs.
If they couldn't resurrect a being who could lead them to the Promised Land, Shinra decided they would simply create their own. After many experiments infusing Jenova's cells with those of a human's, they finally found their savior. His name was Sephiroth.
With hair like that, it's no wonder he was created in a lab. Look at how majestic that mane is.
According to Final Fantasy lore, Sephiroth has to use an entire bottle of shampoo and conditioner every single time he bathes.
I didn't know that. Did you join his fan club?
Wait a minute, is that true?
For research.
Wow,
but
that's
Shinra
true.
Wasn't interested in Sephiroth for his hair.
Interesting.
Instead, he was an essential part of their soldier program.
Wait, this electric company has their own private military? I'd hate to miss a payment with those guys, especially if they sent Seph after me. I mean, look at the ridiculously long sword he keeps with him.
That's a long sword.
Masamune. This 7'2" behemoth of a blade is a lot like the Nodachi swords they used back in feudal Japan. But instead of wielding something long with two hands like those, Sephiroth only needs one.
Even that speaks nothing of his effectiveness as a warrior.
Yeah, you know when people spread legends of someone, they usually make him out to be even better than he really is? It's the total opposite with Sephiroth.
With his superhuman speed, strength, and durability, Sephiroth was instrumental in ensuring Shinra's victory in the Wutai War, conquering the last free nation on the planet. He returned home a legend.
But all those warm, fuzzy feelings of victory didn't last long. While on a mission to the town of Nibelheim, Sephiroth found a bunch of books on the Jenova project. That's when he discovered he was a secret science project the whole time.
The truth crushed Sephiroth and drove him mad. In a rage, he annihilated Nibelheim, but was stopped by a mercenary named Cloud Strife. Sephiroth was impaled by the Buster Sword and fell to his death.
Oh. Well, that's disappointing. Which is what I would have said if Sephiroth hadn't dropped into a hole in the ground that led him to the giant Windows screensaver called the Lifestream.
The Lifestream is a very river of energy which basically maintains life across the planet. Normally, merging with the Lifestream is the equivalent of entering the afterlife, but not for Sephiroth.
And this is where things get weird, so buckle up. Still conscious, Sephiroth's essence floated through the Lifestream for years until he absorbed enough energy to rebuild his body. With the energy of the Lifestream, he could control other beings with Jenova's cells,
including the corpse of Jenova, who he manipulated like a puppet and disguised as himself.
Oh, what the hell? That's his mom? Who would do that to their own mom? I mean, I know she's a genocidal alien monster, but come on. Probably makes a good breakfast.
But Sephiroth's descent into the lifestream offered him even more. It transformed him from a mere super soldier into the most dangerous being on the planet. He's strong enough to throw a man hundreds of feet skyward, move at supersonic speeds, and
got nothing on Vergil
through vital organs.
He's got illusion powers that can trick people by creating an entirely fake scenario. He can lift people with his mind, including himself, and then he can just fly. That's how it works, right?
Additionally,
He
Sephiroth
just
has
fly.
magic thanks to his on-hand materia. Materia is crystallized life energy which grants different powers according to the type of materia used.
This lets Sephi attack with fire, lightning, ice, and earth-based magic. He can block attacks with barrier and reflect, and heal himself with cure and regen. And ever since jumping into the life stream, he's had unlimited access to his magical powers.
With his new godlike abilities, Sephiroth began a plan to stop mankind from drying up the planet's life force.
That doesn't sound so scary.
That might be
Does that
interesting.
mean he's an environmentalist, or...
But to do this, he decided to use black materia to summon a giant meteor to destroy the planet and absorb all of its life energy for himself.
So, like, an opposite environmentalist, a planet vampire. I mean, we're talking about a guy who kicked a dude through solid concrete, murdered the crap out of a 30-foot serpent with a spike through the face, and tanked a dragon's flamethrower attack without even getting a teensy bit hurt.
A particularly impressive feat considering this attack was capable of one-shotting fellow soldier Zack Fair.
Wiz, you may need to up your prescription, because that's definitely Cloud.
No, Cloud was just recalling false memories there. It was really Zack. However, it was Cloud who impaled Sephiroth pre-livestream with the Buster Sword.
And holy God, is it huge! It's like 2 feet wide! You'd think a stab from that thing would just cut him in half, but Seth just kind of shook it off.
And
Shook it. I'm all good.
Cloud,
You just
blocked
shake me.
an
I'm
attack
good.
strong enough to create the metal around him. Considering the diameter of the crater, the surface area of Sephiroth's feet, and assuming the most likely steel composition, I estimate this attack to equal nearly 1,600 tons of force.
Sephiroth can use that wicked sword to stab and lift wannabe heroes by their ribcage, slice through skyscrapers, and shoot energy beams that can shred these huge Mako cannons. And from the life stream, Sephi figured out he could create new bodies or even take on other forms.
These forms greatly resemble certain creatures found in Christian and Jewish mythology.
He certainly looks the part when he goes into his ultimate form.
Regardless, Sephiroth does possess a single black wing, a blatant symbol of his fall from grace.
So basically, Final Fantasy does everything it can to not be subtle. Just like Sephiroth's most devastating attack, Supernova, which decimates an entire solar system. Wait, if Seph is that powerful, how does anyone ever beat him?
Don't get the wrong idea here. There's a lot of debate over how Supernova actually works, but I think it's pretty clear that Sephiroth isn't creating the explosion himself. Rather, he's transporting his foes to a specific point in time within an alternate dimension.
Careful, Wiz, don't sell him short.
Just look at it. When he uses the attack, reality literally crumbles away like glass. This is identical to the animation for certain summoned creatures. According to the official Crisis Core
Interesting.
guide, summons draw their targets into their own space in order to attack. And this is no different. In the
So it's
Destiny
a
of Fighting
parallel
games,
dimension,
Sephiroth goes
huh?
for the civil approach and opens a dimension. The
All right,
attack is
so
often described as
I got cut
something
off.
destruction even into
Let me pause this. I got cut off. I had to start this video over and interject this part. Anyway, I shouldn't even said it. I'm just letting you know if it skipped over and you hear the audio twice, this is why. Because I got a phone call and it cut me off. And I wanted to start all the way over just for what's one particular part. So at any rate, I digress. Continue.
their dimensions. And if he could summon planet-busting meteors at will, why did he go through so much trouble to get the black materia, which literally summons meteors?
That would explain why the supernova doesn't hurt him. He's not really there, just using those illusion powers of his. With all these powers, I can't believe Cloud and friends were able to take him down.
He's not invincible, but he's damn powerful. Ever persistent, Sephiroth departed with a final, chilling promise.
I will never be a memory.
Why does he sound so bored?
Oh, now here we go.
A great mutiny
Main
transpired
event.
in the underworld. The demon warrior Sparta rebelled against his evil master, Mundus. To protect the world, Sparta did his best to seal the connection between hell and earth.
But then Sparta got lonely, or maybe it was just a sausage fest in there. Either way, he snuck out of hell long enough to knock up this chick named Eva, and she popped out a couple of awesome demon slayers. Nice choice.
You may remember the younger of the two, Dante.
Oh yeah, he fought that witch chick with the hair.
But the eldest and potentially deadliest brother was the one and only Vergil.
Vergil and Dante were rivals from birth. Dante was a goofball. Vergil was serious. Dante hated his being a demon, and Vergil loved it. It's that classic odd couple scenario.
But then one fateful day, in an act of vengeance against the late Sparta, a group of rogue demons separated the two brothers and killed their mother. Vergil was believed to be dead. But in reality, Vergil survived and set out on his own path to seek his father's immense power for himself.
And he's 100% equipped to be a butt-kicking demon slayer just like his pops. As a half-demon,
As they once robbed after losing a drinking game.
Quickly, kind of like that Wolverine guy. He can tough out getting stabbed through the lungs, intestines, the heart. Body parts I'm pretty sure most people need.
Not if my experiment has anything to say about it.
You say
Anything to say about it.
You say something?
Alright, so an ad popped up again. Enough interruptions, I'm sorry. So sorry, y'all.
Wiz?
I said not if Vergil's abilities have anything to say about it.
Well, sadly, for any human demon or human demon who gets in his way, Vergil also happens to carry some extra deadly weapons on hand, including a spiffy katana called Tomato.
Yamato.
Tomato.
Can cut through anything, even dimensions, and probably tomatoes.
Yamato.
Actually, Yamato is the exact thing Sparta used to seal hell from Earth in the first place.
Vergil's sword-fighting prowess draws from his Dark Slayer fighting style, which emphasizes teleportation, lightning-quick movements, and even quicker slashes straight from the sheath. This technique is directly influenced by Iai Jutsu, the real-life Japanese art of the quick draw. And thanks to Vergil's demonic powers, he can attack so fast the blade seems invisible.
You can't even see this
the
guy.
only thing better than fighting with one sword is fighting with eight.
You can't even see
With
him when he
Vergil's
does
ghostly
the
summoned
moves.
swords, he can turn himself into a living Beyblade, fire them like a machine gun, or make it rain.
Blades may be Vergil's bread and butter, but if he needs to focus on brute strength, he switches to Beowulf.
He can charge up
Beowulf
blink
is
of an eye
nice.
punches and kicks that hit like a cement truck made of lead and KO some of the toughest demons in just a few hits. And hey, looks like he digs Street Fighter.
There's one more trick.
It was a Street Fighter uppercut.
Thanks to his demon blood, he can access a form known as Devil Trigger. And this mode amplifies everything.
His strength, speed, and healing all get a huge boost, making him several times deadlier than before. Plus, he just looks badass.
In his quest to become as powerful as his
fast.
father, Vergil's abilities skyrocketed. He's taken down dozens of demons in the blink of an eye, and escaped an illusion from the sorcerer Arkham, which makes normal people go crazy.
But if anything's gonna show off what a son of Sparta can really do, it's pitting him against his bro. Sure, Vergil can easily avoid Dante's bullets, but why dodge them when you can spin your sword, line them all up, and fire them back? Like a boss.
In the same battle, they briefly created a 12-foot diameter open space in a heavy rainstorm with nothing but their sword swings. On average, storms can fill a cubic foot space with as many as 30 raindrops. So, Vergil and...
Real quick, I love the science breakdowns behind these videos because they really break it down to a generic science of what is going on in these action scenes, and just to make it believable and scalable to real life. But anyway,
Dante must have destroyed 108,000 raindrops in less than a second.
If Vergil can swing his sword that fast, I bet he'd make a killing mowing lawns, or chopping at the deli, or giving haircuts. Or guys to pieces so fast they don't even realize they're dead yet. Like when he fought Beowulf, the monster, not the weapon. And then he punched him so hard he flew 55 feet up and hit the ceiling.
When comparing Beowulf's size to Vergil, he appears to be as large as an elephant. Given what's available, this seems like our best measure of Vergil's strength, but there is one issue. The Devil May Cry series makes frequent use of slow motion to depict the absurdity of these characters, and this could be a similar case.
So let's look at another slow-mo feat, the rainstorm fight.
At one point, the rain freezes in place for about 2.5 seconds as Vergil and Dante keep moving, indicating a 14,500% speed increase in real time. Applying the same degree to the Beowulf punch gives us an acceleration speed of about 4,882 feet per second. With that in mind, we can apply our previous data to deduce the maximum height sans ceiling, and determine Vergil's striking strength to be nearly 720 million newtons of force.
That's a lot.
It matches Vergil's incredible toughness, too.
We already mentioned his super healing factor, but it's even more overpowered than you think. Vergil once got completely cut in half, but healed so fast that it's impossible to even notice.
And his regeneration ability can be worn down.
Yeah, that's how this weird jester guy beat him.
But it takes a lot to pull off, and Vergil can always just use Yamato to hop through dimensions to get away if he wants.
Sadly, Vergil never got to rule the demon realm like he wanted.
Instead, the Demon King Mundus permanently transformed Vergil into his puppet, irreversibly manipulating his mind in the process.
And then Dante kind of, exploded him. But 1 or 2 losses against someone who's basically goddamn Satan hardly makes him a weakling.
Hell and Earth trembles before the power of Vergil.
It'll be fun to fight with the Prince of Darkness.
Showtime.
If my father did it, I should be able to do it too.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But before we get to the bloody slicing and dicing, pick up some Blue Apron and slice and dice in your kitchen.
Blue Apron's goal is to make incredible.
Let's skip
Whip
that.
me up a delicious meal in no
On what's in season and
choose from each
Blue Apron is nice.
where you get 6 bottles
Great.
of wine from Renee.
that's a added hormones.
Sloop looks really good though.
Right
I'll tell you
now.
that.
You are powerful. I can
Damn.
see it.
The animation is awesome. They
Who are you?
not bad graphics.
Your despair.
Yeah, that's right. Sephiroth is not as fast as Vergil, but I give it to him for trying to make it interesting.
Okay, you're strong. But are you fast enough? Don't move.
I suppose it can't be helped. They're fake.
Stop wasting my time.
That's right. It's slash everything.
You're going down.
That should be game. Oh no, of course. Supernova. Supernova should not
Nova.
kill
I saw
him.
you could pierce the fabric of our dimension. So
But-
I cast an illusion to disguise this. Witness oblivion.
No! No!
So you are.
Get out of here, man! Are you serious?
These two were
Please.
extremely powerful swordsmen. But
Please
Sephiroth's cunning
justify
and
that. Like, no.
Wait a minute, I thought the lore said Vergil's sword could cut through anything. Why didn't it cut through Sephiroth's sword?
Yamato was a unique weapon, but its legend clearly exaggerated. On multiple occasions, it's clashed with Dante's blade and even a common rocket launcher without cutting through either, and sometimes requires an exuberant amount of force to cut through tougher material. But let's discuss the real facts.
Like strength. So Vergil with Beowulf could do 720 million newtons, right? But there aren't a lot of good Sephi strength feats to compare.
First, let's compare.
Okay, all the more reason why.
Member of the soldier fighting force, who had also been experimented on with Genova cells, Zack Fair.
Sorry, ad.
Sephiroth to a fellow first-class member of the soldier fighting force, who had also been experimented on with Genova cells, Zack Fair.
Remember him? He's the Knot Cloud guy who fought that dragon.
At his peak, Zack could cut through a large metal door with one swing, seemingly with most of his strength. Given the size and width of the door, this feat's sheer strength comes out to 980 million newtons.
And Seph was way stronger than Zack. In fact, if we look at their strength stats when they fought that dragon, Sephiroth was 3.5 times stronger than Zack.
Sephiroth's strength output at over 3 billion.
No,
That's almost as much
please.
force as 30 Hiroshima bombs.
Strength isn't everything, though. Vergil was technically faster than Sephi, but Sephiroth has handled people of similar speeds before. Plus, Sephiroth could survive plenty of hits because his healing power is broken.
The capabilities of Vergil's healing factor was nearly unprecedented, but it had its limits. In contrast, Sephiroth's healing abilities were only limited by his pool of magic, which was unlimited.
Well, he also had to take some time to cast each healing spell, but that's why he distracted Vergil with his illusions.
We know Vergil was susceptible to illusions.
You see through the illusions, though. Like, are you serious?
Times and even led to his in-canon demise.
And Sephiroth's illusions could hide his ultimate technique. Yeah, Vergil's healing was pretty awesome, but it was never gonna hold up under an exploding sun to the face.
Vergil put up a good fight, but he couldn't match Sephiroth's superior strength, magic, and techniques.
Looks like this devil's cried for the last time.
The winner is Sephiroth.
Hell no. Hell no. First of all, no. Just no. Like, why? If he's faster, Sephiroth shouldn't even be able to touch him, right? And not to mention that at the power exaggeration of so many million, damn near 1,000 newtons or something, 1,000 million newtons. So that'd be like, no, I don't accept that. I don't accept that. I'm sorry. I demand a revote. But I mean, it was good. It was good anyway. I'm not gonna hate. Well, maybe a little bit, but good job, Screw Attack. It's really good. It was really good. But on that note, I'm out. I am out. Catch y'all on the next one.